Hello everyone, I have a video here that I want to discuss something about myself. It's nothing bad, but I've decided I want to get this out there. Just because I do. The video is going to be in a couple of parts. I'm going to try and make it quick. It's going to be this introduction, a lead up, a reveal with explanation, and a personal aspect. Personal side. I ask if you watch this, watch the entire thing. Please. It'll help you learn more about me. Now for the disclaimers. This is not an easy topic to discuss. As such, I'm expecting potential negative reaction. It may affect how you view me. You may decide to unfriend me. I've accepted the idea that that will happen. But I'm going to do this anyway. Again, if you watch it, I would also like you to watch the entire thing and save your reactions and comments to the end. If you are upset or angered or whatever by this, don't like it, I would ask that you angry react or unfriend or both, but please leave out the negative comments. I've seen it. I've dealt with them. I don't know not more. I'm figuring with how the fact that I pride myself on having open-minded and accepting friends, I'm hoping nothing changes. But I'm expecting it will. Another disclaimer. Because of the nature and topic, I'm going to do my best to keep it nice and appropriate, but I would ask those under 18 not watch this video. But I can't stop you. I just prefer you not. So, let's get into the lead-up. Why am I doing this video? There's an aspect about me that most of you, I'm pretty sure most of you do not know. There's few people I've told on my friends list here, and there are other people in other places that know. Now I'm going to tell you. And why? It's part of who I am. But what makes this hard is how it's judged. And this lead up is part of why. Most of my friends are part of the LGBTQ plus community, or allies, or friends and family of the LGBT. And we're judged. It's a fight to get basic dignity and respect. There's still so many places that have laws against us, and we're fighting to be treated like human beings. This aspect is nothing to do with LGBT, but nonetheless, I'm checking my name. Nonetheless, it's still an aspect of who I am, and it's still judged. So, this is to help you understand. Some of you may know a little bit about this, but not really know what. It's like, oh, this? Yeah, no. Maybe after this video, you're like, okay. Not my thing, but whatever. I'm hoping that most of you will just go, oh, okay. That's the hope. It's just, you'll know something more about me. And I won't have to be as concerned about it being found out. And that's why I'm doing this. Most of my friends, I can probably guarantee virtually every one of my friends list has been judged about something in their life. something about who they were, something they liked, something they were into. And they were judged unfairly because it wasn't hurting anyone. And like this, it's not hurting anyone. But now that we have that out of the way, let's start with the reveal. What am I revealing? I'm going to do it like this. Oh, wedding dress. Now that I have revealed what I'm wearing, many of you, if not all of you, can tell exactly what that was. If you can't, here you go. I'm wearing an adult diaper. Yes, I said an adult diaper. And for those of you who know about it, you're like, oh, she's telling people. There may be some of you who, maybe through various things, have picked up the idea that there's something about them. Maybe there were hints or clues or various aspects that led you to wonder. It goes, I wonder if Jessica... Well, there you go. I'm wearing a diaper. Why? Well, before I get into the full personal aspect, I'm going to get to the basic educational aspect. Out there's a four-letter acronym. ABDL. It's two subcategories that are they're pretty linked. There's the adult baby, which is a keyword adult. These are adults. It has nothing to do with actual children. So if that's what you think it means, you're wrong. Plain and simple. It is about the individual themselves and aspects of preferences and likes for various activities and items. These items include things like A, the diapers, both the full tape-on ones, or the pull-on disposable underwear types that I'll be referring to as pull-ups from now on, that you see in stores and you see advertised on TV. Think Always, Depend, stuff, Tenna, stuff like that. You see them advertised on TV, they're in the store. You probably walked by them. Walmart, the section that has the deodorant and shaving needs. Opposite side of that aisle, you got, shaving and deodorant and condoms. Safeway has them on the shelf. You've probably walked off passing there. Or in Swanson's has them as well. Rite Aid. Both the stores sell these items because there is a need for them. Now, some makers actually create nicer looking ones. I mean, ladies, who out of you doesn't have your nice, cute, pretty underwear you like? Even if no one sees it outside your significant other, you still like them because they're pretty. I've got a pair I like because they're pretty. I got two pairs of this one from Splendies. They're very pretty. I like them. But nonetheless, those items are looked at badly. People who wear them are judged. Many people need them. Some people like them. I like them. So there's your aspect. I mostly don't need them. I do wet occasionally in the night, and a wet diaper is far more comfortable than a wet bag. Those of you who've wet in your sleep, if you weren't wearing protection, You know what it feels like to wake up in a wet bed. These are better. You know, but yeah, some people simply like length, and there are companies that cater to cute, pretty, and fancy-looking ones, and they're usually better designed and more absorbent than what you can get in the store. I'm not going to get into counts for those that need, but just know that what you get from the store versus what you can find online, you may need up to twice. You may need twice as many of the store ones versus the ones online. Personally, yes, I've talked to plenty of ABDLs that need them. I've got a lot of info. Other items include things, and I've got quite a few, like pacifiers. I have 2 of these. They're the largest size I could find in the store, but because of my teeth, the way they're not straight, they don't fit my bite very well, so I don't use them very often. I keep thinking I'd order a larger one. I may still do that one day. I don't know. I have 2. But there are people that have these on them. I've seen women walking around, they've got one hanging on their necklace. You may have seen them as well. Doesn't mean they're ABDL though. There could be several reasons to have them. And I have heard by things that say that these help with snoring. I have a hard time breathing through my nose, so I couldn't really fully use one to sleep with. Another such item, in case my mic was covered, is this. Less than $1 at Walmart. I finally bought myself one. I kind of like it. I drink water from it. Don't really put anything else in it, just water. I had to work to expand the hole in it a little. But still, I have one. They're nice, they come in handy. Not to mention, I can literally drink while I'm on my back, face pointing straight up. Lets you do that from almost anything else. Gonna make a huge mess. So, plus side. Plus, I probably would have gone for different designs if I felt like taking the time to look or order online, but this one's still pretty cute. It's got little gators on it. And a couple frogs. Another item that can be associated with ABDL, but not necessarily. Now, this guy was a gift from my mother for Valentine's Day. She saw him, had a little box of chocolates, and she thought I'd like it. And I did. He stays right over here on my bed next to me. All the time. I haven't named him. But how many of us have a favorite stuffed animal? Maybe it's something that was given to us by our favorite aunt, or a grandmother, or a parent that we've lost. This can mean a lot to a lot of people. And there's a lot of ABDLs that collect them, and there's a lot of non-ABDLs that collect them. But come on, rainbow unicorns. I know you're jealous. Other items include the idea of those snap crotch onesies like you often see on babies. They do come in adult sizes. In fact, there's some sports apparel manufacturer that makes some for golfers and help keeps their shirts from coming up untucked when they're golfing. Kind of thing. Mine's basic gray. I've not worn it in public. But see, here's the thing. If I were to wear this would actually look like I was wearing a t-shirt that was tucked into my jeans or tucked into my skirt. You wouldn't know it was anything different unless you actually got to see the bottom, where those snaps. But there are plenty of items like these on the market. that aren't tailored to ABDL. Heck, I remember when I was younger, wasn't the big rage these snap crotch bodysuits? They still have them. Same thing, a little bit different in design. Maybe sleeveless. But nonetheless, you can get them. And when you're dressed, it looks like you've got a t-shirt tucked into your clothes. And yes, you can get them in interesting designs, or just solid colors like this. Other items, obviously beyond just the basic disposable adult diapers and pull-ups, include the cloth variety, reusable. There are some parents who use reusable, washable cloth diapers with their children whenever they're really little. You know, the gun green thing. They can be more expensive initially, and they require regular washing, but you're not sending a diaper to a landfill. Well, I have cloth. I have a couple of different kinds. I have a basic pull-on all-in-one. It's padded, absorbent, and the outside's waterproof. However, repeated washings will slowly deteriorate the waterproofing. Will have to be replaced eventually. And if you don't follow the instructions, they say, wash in low, they wash in low heat, tumble dry, medium kind of thing. If you wash them in hot water and dry them on high heat, they'll deteriorate quickly. That one's pretty much just wearable, completely wearable on its own. I also have ones like this one that are a lot prettier. Velcro. I even have some with snaps, a couple of different colors, and they're designed to be used with what's referred to as a soak. It's basically a absorbent cloth item put in there to add absorbency. Some basic flat cloth diapers work well and generally are easy to find online. And some sites that offer these offer soakers like these or others specifically designed for these. Now, you might wonder why people are into these. Well, do you have a favorite coffee cup you like to have your coffee out of? That favorite pair of sweats or fuzzy jammy pants you like to put on when you get home? Those slippers or possibly even Crocs that you just can't wait to put on the moment you get home from a long day? Or that comfy robe? Something tells me most every one of you has an item at home that means something to you. It's comfortable. It's special. Maybe you bought it for yourself just because it's what you wanted. That's the aspect of these. They're special for something. They help with people. Like me, for example. When I first started wearing them in public, under my clothes, I realized it helped with my social anxiety. It was securing and comforting. Not to mention, if you've ever sat on an uncomfortable seat somewhere, a little extra padding always helps. Another aspect is, I've never been a fan of public restrooms. I try to avoid them. I can't even remember when it would have been, may have used a public restroom once since I got my name changed over a year ago. And if you're wondering, it was still a men's room, but I have no intention of ever using a men's room again. It may very well be, it will either be a ladies' room or what I am wearing. Okay. If I'm not somewhere that has laws that literally state I have to use a men's room because of how I was born, I will not use it. And here in Washington, trans are allowed to use the restrooms they identify as, and Seeing how I changed my gender markers, my ID and birth certificate and everything, I've got documentation that says I'm female. Now I just gotta get past the nerves and get brave enough to use one. No idea when that will be, but I do tend to try and avoid them. I usually plan everything out for my trips, even when I go to Olympia, to make sure I won't need to. So, some of you watching this who know me and go to the shows are probably like, wait a minute. You're right. I've never seen Jessica use a restroom at either our shows or Pride festivals. And now you're wondering if I've been using these. Yes and no. Yes, I've been wearing them. I'm oftentimes in the pull-on type. They're very comfortable. And they allow comfortable concealment of that part I'm not a fan of. And I have been to a couple of the shows, and I think at least one Pride festival in an actual diaper. No, I did not use them at the shows or the festivals. I can go a long time between visits. I've basically been working on that since I was little. I can go a long time. I don't have to worry about it. Now, at our festivals, most festivals, I leave at some point and then end up returning. One of the festivals, it was my footwear. After a few hours on wooden Geta centers, I had to go home. Took advantage of using the restroom there. Same kind of thing. Generally, if I leave and return home for a reason, I will always use the restroom. But like last year, I changed out of my wedding dress into a white black dress that was lighter weight because I was getting hot. And then the wind picked up. If the wind had picked up before I had left, I wouldn't have gone and changed outfits. I was still in a pull-up the entire day. Never used it. And probably would have made it till the break between the show or between the festival and the show. Now, how did I get into this? I'm sure some of you are wondering why in the world I'd wear them. Well, when I was little, I knew someone that would wet their pants on purpose. She liked it. And I was with myself a couple times and got curious. And that curiosity stuck. I tried putting my pants and I liked it. Now, in the summers, I'd take advantage of a nearby pool. Not the way you're thinking, but going for a swim. And then with all the nice trails and every stuff near the pool and near my house and the bicycle, I could go swim, head home, drop off, towel, whatever, go for a bike ride, wet myself out in the trails, and then keep riding till it was redried. Come home, change, no big deal. One of the only times I did it though. But as I got older, this wasn't really an issue when I was young, but as I got older, it occasionally happened. I woke up with wet pants. No, not that type of wet, dude. Guys, no. I had wet myself in my sleep. It was very sporadic at first. Very. But over time, it slowly increased. And like several individuals of the community, a need for them led them to wear them, and then it was either accept them and enjoy them, or have a problem with them. So when I started to purchase for uses at night, which still happen, on occasion, try to say I'm sorry, I ended up realizing how comfortable they were. I truly find them very comfortable. Very. They're actually a preferred undergarment. And I just started to like them and started to wear them more than just at night. Generally, if I wear it during the day, it's the pull-on type. You know, just like the pull-ups that I advertise on and off like underwear. I can wear them, be padded, feel secure, feel comfortable, but can still go in and use the restroom. Which I do a vast majority of the time. Vast majority. Huge. Now, there are nights before bed when I'm, before I get ready for bed, that I will wet them. And then I'll get ready for bed. And pretty much every morning, I use the diaper overnight. It kind of feels like a waste to wear it and then pitch it. They're designed for a reason. They're designed to be used. So I do use them. And I have the cloth ones. Those ones, I've worn to bed too. I've worn during the day as well. Depending on how I have the soakers in them dictates their comfortability. But yes, I do like to wet myself. And yes, that does mean even without wearing any form of protection, be it the tape-on diapers, the pull-on pull-up types, or even like the Tena and Poise pads, if I'm just in my regular panties and clothes, there are still times where I will wet my pants by choice because I like it. I did. I can't fully explain why. I just did. Kind of that naughty spill. I'm doing something I know I'm not supposed to. Like that party your parents told you not to go to, you went to anyway. That movie your parents said don't go and see that movie, and you went with your friends and saw it that weekend. I'm pretty sure you're all guilty of one of those types of things where you did something you knew you weren't supposed to do. Mine involves Mine involves wetting myself. Now some of you are probably wondering, well, do I go further? Yes. I do occasionally mess myself. That is rare. I'm not a huge fan of the cleanup. Those of you who've dealt with kids before they were potty trained, you can understand it can be a bit of a mess. And any of you that have worked with the elderly and had to deal with these particular items on them, yeah, I'm sure you can understand that that's not exactly a fun pastime. The cleanup's not that fun. Up until then, I do kind of enjoy it. So it is an occasional thing, a couple times a year. As an auxiliary aspect, as it is also always in a disposable item. Because messing or soiling a reusable cloth item usually involves extra washing. And I'd rather avoid that. Which is why A, it's only in disposables, and B, it's rare. And, back to the idea that shows and everything, like I said, I've never used one at a show. Or at our festival. Yes, I've probably only gone to a couple of our shows in regular panties, regular underwear. Most of the time it's a pull-up, occasionally it's a diaper. This weekend, it's going to be a diaper. This video is going to be out there, it's going to be a diaper under my outfit. Period. I've never used one at the shows. to dry when I get home. Although one day it was very close. It was the one show that once the show ended, I left instead of waiting and hanging out with everybody. Caesar got an award for something. I didn't get pictures of the award. It's just because I figured I needed to get home, or I was going to use what I was wearing. Because, like I said, I don't like public restrooms. I made it home dry, and I made it to the restroom. But technically, I didn't have to. I could have. I just didn't feel like it. What I was wearing wasn't going to hold it. I have used enough. I do have an idea of how well they hold. And I know when I have to go too much. But I've never used one at the shows. I've never used one at the Pride Festival. And even with this out there, it's not like I'm planning on showing up at our shows or our Pride Festivals in a super short dress or skirt with a diaper hanging out. You know, I might be willing at our 21 plus if it turns out that this is fully accepted and nobody cares. It's like, oh, just do you, be you. We don't care. You want to show up in a diaper, show up in a diaper. If that's how it goes, you know, I might. I'd be more inclined to do it on Halloween. But it's Halloween. You're supposed to be dressed for it. So, if this is accepted really well, I may be in something that shows it. And it shows one in Halloween. And I'll make sure it's a cute one. I will make sure I get one that's got designs and prints on it that looks nice. Because if it's going to be visible, I'm going to want it to look cute. But even with this video being out there, will I use one at the show? Like, go to the show this weekend. Will I use it? I'm going to be in a diaper. I've already said that. Will I use it? Chances are, no. I will not use it there. Unless it reaches the point I need to go. If it's either I use it, well, if I'm in it, it's basically, if it's I leave the show and go home, or I use it, I will probably use it a bit. You know, enough to get to the end of the show. I may very well, after the show, use it a little. I haven't decided. The only thing I have decided is I will be wearing one. And I'm not going to have anything but my outfit covering it. You know, I may never use one at the show. I may wear them to the show, and the moment I get home, you know, use it when I'm smoking before I go to bed. Done that a few times. But I don't know if I'll ever use it at the show. It might depend on how this video goes over and how it's accepted. But I'll tell you what, it's like, if you walk up to me at the show this weekend and pull out cash and say, I'll pay you this if you pee your diaper in front of your diaper, then yeah, I probably would. But I might make you wait till the end of the show. Ones I have right now are from the store. Yes, they're plastic bags, but they're still not that great. I don't really want to overuse it and risk getting their seating wet. Okay, I have respect for businesses. I have respect for other people and their places. You're not going to have to worry about me leaking on your furniture. Okay? You know, a friend of mine, May, I've been over to her house a couple of times. Quite a bit of time there, more than once. I think I've used the restroom at her place once. Just because that day. Needed to. Same thing. Still use the restroom. You know, if I don't think one will fully do me the entire time, I most likely won't wear. But I might. You know, if I can guarantee that one would be plenty, I might. Yeah. You get such and such movie on DVD. You want me to come over and watch it? You know, I may spend some time there before and after. Maybe invite me for dinner. I might have one on. I will mostly use the restroom before putting it on and left, and may very well not even use it the entire time I'm there. Doesn't mean I won't have it on. Or I might be in a pull-up. I might be in pants. You want proof? I just wore it. I showed you. You want proof this weekend? Do you really want to see my diaper this weekend? I'll show you. Just to prove it. I will show it to you. I will sit there, stand there smoking. It's like, oh, well, yeah, see? I'm wearing one. See? Still dry. What does this video not mean? You're probably wondering, it's like, okay, tell me about this, but what does this all mean? Well, it just means this is a part of me that I want to talk about. I'm curious if it's accepted. I do know a few other ABDLs around, not generally in this area, but close in the state. Tacoma, Seattle, Olympia type places. I've talked about our Pride Festivals. They're curious about coming. It might be nice to know that if they showed up in a diaper, as long as it was mostly covered, they wouldn't have to worry about how people react if their shirt falls up and it shows the top of it. Because some of the people I know need them. And they get nervous about doing certain things in public just because they're afraid of being seen. If I can tell them, oh yeah, you can come to our Pride Festival, and if people notice most of my friends are fine with it. It shouldn't be a problem. They might feel better. Might make the trip down. More people in the festival is a good thing. Apple. But yeah, even with acceptance, I'm not going to be running around in short outfits wearing my diaper, or showing my diaper off. Okay? Unless there's a reason for it. If by some freak chance this is so accepted that Caesar decides he wants to do an AB style show and encourages all the performers to show up in AB dress and stuff. Yeah, I'd probably wear for that just because it's like, hey, this is accepting me, but I don't see that happen. Okay? I might do it for Halloween. I might. If I can get my hands on the right outfit and everything, I may very well wear an outfit that's not going to hide my diaper on Halloween for a Halloween show. Why? Might be fun. I mean, if you will accept me for this, it's Halloween. Might as well. I mean, a real and cute and pretty printed diaper under a nice outfit is a lot better than some of these weird baby costumes you can find in costume stores. So I might. I don't know. I may still have a diaper on under whatever I wear for Halloween, but I can't tell you right now whether or not it'll be visible. And some of you, that's where I sit, and in fact I'm almost always in skirts. I wonder how many of you have already tried to look at my skirt. Wonder what you've seen. You might have seen one of my pull-ups. You might have seen one of my diapers. You might have seen my panties. I mean, I'm not going to sit there in a position that you can look at my skirt, okay? I'm not going to just blatantly obvious go ahead and stare. But I'm not going to tell you don't. If you really want to look at my skirt, go ahead and try. Watching the shows, I get more into the show, and then every so often I'll just skip because I realize, I might be showing something else. Maybe what was being shown off was plastic. So you don't have to worry. You pretty much don't have to worry about me wetting or messing myself at the shows or anything like that. You're not going to have to worry about me flaunting my diapers unless it's for a specialty thing. Halloween or something. I might have one to show off. Just because I could get away with it. Get away with it then. I'm not going to be running around with short skirts that show off my diapers. But if I come to a show and I'm wearing jeans and a shirt, a stretch, yeah, you might see the top. They're usually higher than the waist of my jeans. Yeah, I'm not going to be running a mess of myself. I'm not going to be showing them off, blatantly, except for like a costume idea maybe at Halloween. I'm not going to ask you to change me. Okay, yes, I'd like to experience what it's like to be changed by someone, but I'm not going to ask you unless you've kind of made it clear that you're willing. And the only way you'd make it clear is if you literally told me because of this video, because I will not ask. Okay? Generally speaking, all of this is a private aspect. I would like to be a little more, I want to be more open about it, which is why I'm doing this video. But generally speaking, I wear it home. I use it home. I put my pants at home. I'll wear it in public under my clothes. May use them while I'm out doing things. I've wet myself a bit at Walmart and Safeway. I've done it at Swanson. I've not done it at our mall, but I have done it in Olympia. I've wet myself while driving home from Ollie. Heck, what a pull-up I was wearing one time after dropping my niece off. Took her home, and on the way back, I left her place dry, got home wet. Why? I wanted to. I was wearing a pull-up. Why not? What they're for. With this video, I may be more willing to do so, but it's not going to be, I'm not going to be doing it at certain places. Like I said, I may mess myself on occasion. I'm not going to mess myself with the shows. I'm not going to mess myself with Pride. I'll do that here at home, where I can change and clean up. And if I'm not home, it means I didn't make it home. Okay. It hit me on the way back from somewhere, and the distance and time was just too much. But you know what they say? Shit happens. Sorry, one of my favorite jokes. Pertaining to this topic. I may wet my pull-ups. I may wet my pull-ups more days that I wear them. There are plenty of days I don't. There's plenty of days that I wear a pull-up and I don't wet it. It may be the kind of thing I get to the point where I wet every pull-up I wear. There may be times I wear 2 in a day because I've wet them. I've already been wearing them to the shows and our Pride Festival. I may wet them a bit after. Once the show ends, we're all outside, smoking and chatting before we head home. I may wet myself a little then. Depending on what level of protection I'm wearing, I may wet a little, I may just let go. I wonder if anyone else would be able to tell if I was actually currently wetting myself or not. I've been doing this a long time. So I can do it while walking and chatting and you wouldn't know the difference. At least I don't think you would. It might be an interesting challenge. But again, it would only be after the shows. Once outside. And before going home. Now, this has been a, over 40-minute video. This is my 3rd attempt. And it always ends up around this long. Apparently this is how much time I need. I'm sure some of you may have questions. Go ahead and ask. Ask me. Ask away. If you have questions, ask me. I am more than willing to answer. I want to answer. I want to share this information. You may look at this, and when I first talked about the idea that I wore by choice, you're like, why? Why would someone do that? Well, maybe by now you're more understanding that different people, different aspects. You know? I'm not saying that the point of this video is to get you to go, maybe I should try one. If you want to try one, try it. Okay, you want advice on what to get to try them? Talk to me. You know? You're curious, but you don't want to actually go out and buy one? Oh, I'm pretty sure I could sneak one over to your place without anyone seeing. You know? You're like, I'm curious. I really want to know, but I really want to see what it's like, but I don't want to go to the store and buy them, and I don't want to order any. Would you bring me one? Okay, sure. I'll discuss a couple of aspects with you, make sure I bring the right item. The right couple. But it'll be up to you. If you want to know more, if you're curious about anything, if you have questions, ask. If you're curious about trying, we can discuss it. I'll help you figure it out. For those of some of you, statistically speaking, with the size of my friends list, there are individuals on my will most likely be individuals on my list that also wear. They probably wear because of a need. It might be an occasion. It might be they bust them out for certain things. If they're heading somewhere past Olympia, they'll wear one because they know between here and Oli, they'll be fine. They can hit they know they can hit all the restaurants. Once they get on I-5, it becomes questionable, and the protection's best just in case. Others may wear it for other reasons. They might have that leaky faucet syndrome, where they're kind of dripping throughout the day. By the end of the day, there would be a wet spot in their pants without them. They don't use them, they don't wet themselves, they just drip. There may be others out there who experience bedwetting as well. I have a lot of advice for any seeking it. I have answers for any who have questions. I also cannot think of a single question that I'm not willing to answer. If you really want to know, go ahead and ask. I will answer the question. You can come up to me and ask questions at the show. Show Saturday. I'd ask you to wait till outside. That way you're not shouting questions and I'm not shouting answers over the music. But before the show, when I'm outside smoking, during the breaks, when I'm outside smoking, after the show, when I'm outside smoking, you got questions? Come ask. Ask away. Go ahead and ask me anything. I'll give you an answer. You don't want to ask it publicly? Facebook has a messenger. You can send me a private message. No one will ever see it. Well, maybe someone on Facebook that can look at any message will. The systems might. But if you send me a private message, or you want to send me a phone number so we can text message, or you want to chat with me over Skype, or one of those other chat programs where we can chat privately and then you can delete it from your device. So if somebody gets their hands on your phone and scroll through, they don't see it. That's fine as well. You have questions? You want to talk to me in person, in private? Invite me over for coffee. I prefer Folgers Black Silk, by the way. But invite me over. We can sit there, we can chat, and I can answer any questions you have. Well, I'll answer to the best of my ability. I'll answer them. I don't care. I'm putting this out there because I want this information out. And if there's more information you want, ask me. I'd rather you ask me than assume. I've done a lot of research. Different sites about this have different information. A lot of it is a lot of the same, but there's differences here and there. There are some that talk about it that almost harp on the idea it's a fetish. For many it is. For others it's a preference. Okay? It's mostly a preferential aspect. They're comfortable. I find them comfortable. I like the softness. And I like the sensation of wetting my pants. Okay? In the diaper I'm wearing, I could just sit here and wet myself. And not even worry about getting my dress wet. And I enjoy that aspect. It's part of who I am. Well, thank you for watching. This is basically concluding my video. And like I said, if you have any mean comments, I would ask that you keep them to yourself. Don't post them on the video, please. If you have a real problem with this, just angry react me, unfriend me, whatever. But please keep the comments to yourself. Okay? You may hurt other friends if this applies to them and you don't know. And again, if you have questions or things you want to say about it, go right ahead. Just try to be respectful. Trust me, I've heard that it's disgusting. I've heard that there's something wrong with me that I do. I've heard it all. I don't need to hear more. I can't stop you from commenting if I want to leave comments open, and I'm going to. Just, if you ever respected me, be respectful. That's all I'm asking. And if you can't handle this aspect of me, you know where the unfriend button is. Because after this video, there may never be any evidence of it. You may see me at every show from now for the next however long we do these shows. And never see if I'm in a diaper or a polo. You may see me at every single one of these shows, and I never use one. You may, at the occasional show, try to look at my skirt and not see one. But if the idea that I wear these, that I use them, and that I like peeing my pants is too much for you, and you can't take it, try to be respectful and just let it go or unfriend me. It'd be easier for both of us. And like I said, any questions or advice, if you have questions about products because you're curious or you have a need, I have a lot of information. If you're curious about aspects, talk to me. I may be able to give you ideas of what it's like. I do have some ways of describing aspects. If you're curious and over 18, I'd actually prefer probably mid-20s and plus, close to my age. Might be weird if I'm bringing items over to someone who's like 20. No offense to my younger friends. But still nervousness about how people might perceive aspects because of an age difference. But if you have questions, comments, I'm open. If you want to know more, ask away. Just try and be respectful. Try not to be rude. Because like I said, someone you and I both know may also be a part of this community. And if you're really rude and mean to me, it could hurt them. And I may not be that strong emotionally. I'm pretty strong emotionally, but I still have my weaknesses. this other friend of yours might not be anywhere near as strong, and it may devastate them. To know that if you found out they were into it, you would hate them, or would think what you say about me would apply to them. Long video. I wonder who's going to watch it all. Thank you for listening. And as long as they're not mean, I await your comments and questions. And for those of you down here that see this and go to our shows, I will see you this weekend.